Hello, it is Carsman50 from the Hardware Diversity Discussion, and this is episode 18 of the podcast and it's the first one for 2019. We've got two guests on this year. We've got Matt from the Don't Stop Laughing group, and we've got Dima from the PC-related episode you saw last year. I'll introduce you both in now. How are you all going?
Going fantastic.
Good as.
Good as? Okay, third time's a charm for the recording, of course. So before we get out of the way, anyone got any tech news or any upcoming videos or things like that you'd like to share before we get into a bit of discussion?
Nope.
I do have an upcoming video. It's called Day of Punishment D3, I mean.
D3? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
It's very funny. I've already got day 1 and day 2. It's basically where you watch me get punishment just for sheer fun.
Sounds good. Well, I'll make sure to put a link to your channel in the description so you guys can check out FireTheLiar after you watch this show. It'd be good publicity for that sort of stuff. So, I guess this is going to be a bit of a general chat. I didn't really prepare anything in particular for today, because I thought it was going to be a bit of tech, talk about tech that released last year, and also a bit of what you want to expect for this year in terms of games and all that kind of thing. Just whatever comes to the table in terms of technology, whether, that could be, anything. So, I mean, I guess just a bit of reflective on the first part of the podcast. So, anything that got you particularly excited, anything that was not particularly good in terms of tech last year, just put it all out there, I guess. Anybody got anything?
Not too sure.
Not too sure. Really?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Matt, you got
Probably
anything?
the stupid mobile apps that count your steps.
Oh, I've got one of those.
Sorry, what was that?
Like, you can download these new mobile apps where they count your steps, but it's false reading.
Yeah, I had that.
It's like, hey, I done 10,000 steps, and then when you work it out, it's like I actually done 3,000.
Yeah, it gets your hopes up. That's why.
They've been around for a long time though. Like, phones have had accelerometers in them for a long time. I think ever since Android first sort of came out, they've had them in them. So like, they've always been able to count your steps. But now they use GPS, so like they'll know if you're moving or not. Like, in terms of that sort of stuff. So I'm not sure if that's anything particularly new. I mean, like, there's like obviously a lot of smartwatches and stuff that have come out now, like the Galaxy Gear and the Huawei one that's been like, you can like download apps, like obviously an iWatch as well, download apps onto them and actually like do a lot of things, like receive calls and do like credit card payments and all that sort of thing through them. I suppose that's fairly new, but that's still not like 2018 sort of tech, I guess. Like, like that's nothing particularly new. Like a few years old sort of thing, but yeah, I guess like they'll probably become more popular, I guess, and they're sort of becoming a lot more, like, obviously there's new a lot of updates coming to them more often, and new hardware that goes into them that makes them faster and be able to do more things and that sort of stuff. But yeah, I get, that's sort of not
Well, something new that has come out just last year is the new GoPro 7.
Oh yeah,
which has the
too much about the
incredible
GoPros.
stabilization.
Oh yeah, is that
even versus a DSLR camera, which is fantastic
okay
for people on a low budget. It can do audio recordings, and as everybody knows, it's waterproof straight out the box.
Okay, that one's quite waterproof out of the box. That's interesting.
And it does 4K 60 frames per second.
Nice. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah. No, that was the...
And hyper fast time lapse as well, which, rivals the DSLR and your own smartphone.
Yes. Like, there's a lot of phones that are coming out now with 4K 60p capture. And it's quite good that you can now, like, it's now become more accessible because you have to pay like thousands of dollars to get 4K 60 capture on a camera, but good to have it on a GoPro. What's the RRP on those things? Do you know?
IRP, I'm not 100% sure. But the funny thing is that there's another camera, which is a year old, which is the UI 4K 60 frames per second, which is also known as the GoPro Killer, which can match this new GoPro 7, which is kind of, could beg the money. Is it worth the money buying $600 for a GoPro 7 or $300 for a slightly cheaper one, which matches the one that, but nothing can beat, as far as I'm aware so far, the incredible stabilization of the GoPro. Nothing actually rivals it.
What do you think about phones and cameras and things, Dima? Do you have any opinions on where they're going in terms of that sort of technology? With obviously the new Nokia that's coming out this year with 9 cameras on the back of it.
Jeez.
That's a bit excessive.
Yep, that's what I thought. Like, I thought 3 was plenty. That's what the S10 has.
Yes, a lot of phones now, like Huawei started that trend with 3 cameras on the back last year.
My question, where did you put them all?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I'll get a picture up of what that Nokia actually looks like. Nokia, what's the Nokia 11?
I wouldn't know. I haven't seen it yet.
Nokia XL? What is it called?
No,
I don't know.
Yeah, it's beyond me.
Oh, I had to look what it's called actually. New Nokia phone. Yeah, it's got 9 cameras.
Is it the 8.1? I don't think so, but...
It's called the Nokia 9.
9, yeah, that's what I thought.
Nokia 9, yeah.
Feature smart.
Oh, yeah. So they haven't released out the old Nokia, the old brick.
Yeah, I'll see if I can...
The indestructible brick.
Yeah, I remember
they've actually released the Nokia 3310 last year.
I'll post a link into it for you to see. And
yeah, I've got a picture of the Nokia 9, yeah. Hang on, we'll go back into OBS. Yeah, so that's the Nokia 9 with it doesn't have 9 cameras, hang on, it's got 7.
Oh, close enough.
7 cameras on the back, yeah. The thing is I find about them is that, like, a lot of the cameras on the back of phones have a single use. So let's say you want to have one that does optical zoom, or one that is image stabilized, or one that has black and white only, or one that's got like infrared capabilities and stuff. I suppose having all of them, having all the different lenses do all the different things, you should end up with a pretty good photo when it combines them together.
Yeah, but does it do that though?
It does. That's what it's designed for, is you can actually have multiple uses while taking one for like wide angle, one for depth sensing, one for black and white, and one for like optical zoom or optical image stabilization or whatever like that. So and having that all in one package is what it's for. So you should theoretically end up with a pretty good photo, because like the thing is with like the phones with 3 cameras on the back,
it's only got 5 cameras.
5?
Nokia,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because it's
one's
got
a
the
flash and one's...
That's right. One's the flash.
But then you have like 2 or 3 on the front, won't you?
It looks like it's got 2 on the front, from what I can see. But yeah, a lot of them have got 2 on the front, because one's got the depth sensing, one's got the actual photo.
Have you seen the new foldable phone? I've already seen it.
Oh, phones. Yeah, we'll talk about them later, because that's talking in tech in terms of 2019 stuff. But this is we're talking about tech in 2018.
Oh yeah.
First, yeah. But yeah, I suppose triple camera phones were 2018, weren't they? That's sort of when they started. With the Huawei P20, which was one of the first ones to do it. There's a lot of. I suppose going back to the whole camera versus stuff. What do you? A lot of Chinese phones have emerged very popular in 2018 in terms of ripping off higher end hardware and things. What do you guys think of being able to buy cheaper technology that may not be quite like maybe like 90% of the quality of like Samsung or Apple and that sort of thing, but at like a third of the price, maybe, of what you'd pay for the high-end branded stuff. What do you guys think of that?
Well, I think, at the end of the day, it all does come down to price and how much you got. But
pretty much budget.
Ideally, they might say like they have 4 cameras where the Samsung might only have 2, but is the specs actually better, and is it more compatible?
I mean, yeah.
You can get shitty layouts and a great camera, but is that what you're buying it for? Just the camera?
Oh yeah, exactly right. Yeah, and I like that's the thing with like the quality is like, do you it might have like good specs and it might be but like, is it actually a good device? Like, is this Chinese thing actually gonna work for what you want it for? Even though you're spending $300 versus $1,000 for an equivalent thing, is it actually going to be better, or is it not going to be better? Is it going to be as good?
And
they're actually getting a lot better at like doing cheaper things for better money, like better things for less money. Like the phone I've got now is one I bought from AliExpress last year, and it's got the same specs and probably as good quality as what the Samsung phones have, but I paid $400 for it.
So there you go. There we go, guys. We've got a Chinese supporter.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I was sick of spending $1,000 on phones because I was paying off phones on my plan for like, for the last 5 years, and I just got sick of it because it's just, you're paying $40 a month for a phone, and I was like, I could get one just as good for like $500. Straight up in cash and not have to worry about adding that.
I bought what you said, straight up.
Oh yeah, some people are more well off than others, I guess.
Yeah,
but yeah, there's some. Yes, indeed. We won't get into that on this. But I suppose other tech that came out in 2018, a lot of computer stuff. As we both know, Intel released its 8-core chips, and AMD released their second generation Ryzen stuff.
I thought it was the third generation. No, second. Oh yeah, that's second. Yeah.
Second generation. Yeah, last year.
That's alright.
Very, very, very good competition in the computer space. Do you have any thoughts on what, in terms of computer hardware, Matt? Is something you've been...
What, last year or this year? If you're talking about last year, some other tech that's been going very high, is, from what I'm aware, is like the drones.
Drones, yes. Well,
drones are getting more and more popular, especially the Mac Pro 2.
The Mavic Pro.
Yeah, Mavic Pro 2.
Yeah, the Mavic Pro. Yeah, the DJI. Yeah, they've been really.
Where you can basically, you can fit it with any camera you like, and then you can control it by your phone.
Yes. I mean, the drones have been around a while, but like they haven't been as popular as last year. I mean, they've actually had to set laws
but
around.
They've now become portable. You can literally fold them up and put them in your bag.
Yeah, exactly. They've become so small that they can. Yeah, you can definitely take them anywhere. Do you? I mean, like, I've talked about robots and things on previous podcasts with other people before, but what do you think about robots in the future? Like, is that a concern to you? And what do you think about having autonomous robots?
I don't particularly think it's a concern. I think it's more people have the concern of robots having the awareness of self-thinking.
Yeah, AI, yes, that's the one. Yeah, definitely.
It's not so much that you got an autonomous vehicle that can drive you to work and back. It's more the question of, is it going to make the wrong decision because it's deciding by itself?
Yeah, exactly right. What do you think about that, Dima?
Actually, that's the point I was going to get at.
Sorry?
That was literally the point I was going to get at. How safe would it be?
Because obviously there's a few. Google's been trying to do a driverless car, and Tesla has an update to some of their stuff where you can drive it. They can be in cruise control, like they can sort of do lane detection and all that kind of stuff. So they can do some tasks without your control. But yeah, it's sort of like I was talking to somebody about this a while back, but talking about like if you were going around an intersection and like there was a car in front of you or whatever like that, does it turn and hit the truck, or does it go straight through and hit a pedestrian or something like that? Like if there was someone crossing the road and it had to move, like would it like do you kill somebody else, or does it kill the driver? You know, that's the thing. It's like, is it able to judge that so it doesn't have to do anything, or take the least fatal route? Like that's the question. Like, does it have, how much awareness will this have, and who calls the shots really, with terms of who it would have to sacrifice in that situation? Like, that's the thing. Like, you kind of have to boil it down to life or death.
From my understanding, autonomous vehicles have had a lot. I know they haven't been out as long, but they have had a lot less crashes than humans. Or do we still rely on people and knowing there's going to be crashes?
Well, that's the thing, because there's been a lot of tests.
Because Google have been bringing out, I'll try to find a picture if I can for you guys so you can see it, a new car where it literally has, you literally sit in it, has no steering wheel, you can sit back and do whatever you want.
A lot of the drivers of those cars are not going to have steering wheels. I've seen the Google ones. They did a lot of tests last year. I think Apple have canned their project. They were going to do driverless cars as well, but they just didn't get the funding. There's obviously going to be a racing car series built with autonomous cars that I've been working on for the last few years. I don't know if you've been following the E-Prix, the electric car stuff. They're going to be turning into driverless ones.
How boring would that be?
I don't know. That's the thing. It's like it's just a testing platform for them to bring it down to the mainstream, I guess. Down to, you and I are going to be in them, I guess. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's just going to be to the point where they're taking the decision making away from us as people. Because obviously people aren't perfect in their decision making, so they try to have some sort of algorithm to do it themselves, aren't they?
Well, yeah, as you know, most accidents are down to human error.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, we can't. Our ability to judge situations isn't as good as a computer could be. Because we can't read all the variables. Yeah.
But I must admit, some tech that is good to play around with, I'm not too sure if it got released last year or the year before, is it's the Google Home, I think.
Oh, Google Home. Yeah, I mean...
That's so cool, you can literally control your whole house with it. It's like,
yes.
mean.
The Internet of Things is a huge...
Shut my curtains, please, because I can't be arsed.
Internet of Things is huge. Like all the small devices that are going to be connected to the internet over the next 5 years is going to be huge. Like, on the flip side, playing a bit of devil's advocate for you two people, Dima, I do expect some conversation. Is do you think that's a privacy concern? Like having everything that you own on the internet and sharing information, like
yes.
Is that like, and is obviously now with Huawei obviously this year talking banning their network devices for 5G because of them supposedly being part of the government and sharing information with the government and stuff like that, but it's sort of like, I suppose, like, if you're on the internet now, you're going to get monitored, really, aren't you? Like, that's the thing. It's like, is there a point to where you don't want to share your information? Because there's a lot of it out there anyway, isn't there?
Well, you're essentially getting monitored most of the time now, aren't you? really.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, it's pretty inevitable. Like, if you don't...
I guess you could count it as a concern, but if you're talking on money-wise, but, well, it's pretty easy these days for someone to find out, you know, what you're doing, and
Yeah.
so I guess it's the era you grew up in, I would assume.
Sorry, what was that?
I guess it's the era you grew up in, or what generation.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, like, you know, there's a whole generation of people now that will just be always online. Like, that's just how they will grow up. And, like, obviously that information's going to be out there, and it's a matter of what people do with that. Like, whether they sell it or they try and look after it, or if people are viewing it in terms of the information that you're sending online, is like, do they, you know, obviously there's a big thing with, you know, obviously with the iPhone was it last year or was it the year before? I can't remember, where they were trying to track down this murderer's iPhone, and they were trying to get into it, and they actually had to get Apple to somehow unlock it, because Apple have no access to the information because of supposedly how secure they are, and they had to unlock it for the FBI so they can access the information of this murderer's iPhone. And that's the thing, it's like, obviously they've got that encryption built in, that security built in. It's like, but if it's not secure, then it's like, well, what, you know, how do you know it's not secure? That's the thing. Like, yeah,
It's literally the point.
yeah, it's
Well, supposedly Apple have one of the securest networks.
Yeah,
Sorry,
apparently.
what
But
was
then
it?
again, supposedly Apple have one of the securest networks around phones of keeping your information private to
that's
others.
correct. But like,
But
Y-
on
yeah.
the other hand, of talking about, you mentioned earlier about 5G, like this country and probably quite a lot of other countries, it's supposed to be rolling out in China, I think, in 2022, and I think New Zealand is only just where we are. It's just rolling out, or finishing rolling out 4G, so we're probably about an extra 5 years away, because I've been speaking to someone about it.
I'd say 5 years we'll have 5G.
Yeah, 5 years
I'd
away,
say so.
because
Yeah,
you know,
you're probably about right with that.
and they're thinking of earlier on. I think Vodafone's thinking of eventually switching off 3G
Oh, okay.
completely.
I
So-
have interesting. Yes. Okay. Because
Then that's going to screw a lot of
at the
businesses,
moment,
because a
I
lot of
think the
businesses
only
run on
reason
that,
they're
because that has a
keeping 3G
very good
is
bandwidth.
for voice. They were using 3G for voice. Because obviously you turned down 2G. They were using 2G for voice, but now they've actually upgraded to use 3G for voice. But I think now 4G is using voice, so I don't think you actually need to have the old network on. But that's interesting.
But you got a lot of
Shut it
companies still running on 3G, and
That's
a lot
correct.
of their products run on 3. So if it gets switched off, you go, oh, crap.
Yeah, I mean a lot of 4G devices are like, I think you can't buy a 3G only device anymore. I think 90% of phones you can buy out there are 4G. Well, I wouldn't say 90. I'd say 100%. If you're going to buy a phone off the shelf today, it would be 4G.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong with that, I guess. But
So have you got any comments on that,
Buy a 3G device
Dima?
out there today.
If I said your name right.
And of course,
Yep. you said it
companies
right.
upgrade their phones every 2 or 3
comments on
years,
that?
I
Pretty
think.
much. Sounds about right.
So like, I think the thing that people would be struggling with is like, like devices that like, I don't know, like FPOS devices, I guess. They might be running off 3G, like not the ones, not the FPOS machines, like not the ATMs, but like the FPOS machines run off like,
FMOS machines, yeah.
the mobile network. So like, so I think that would have to be somehow upgraded.
But the biggest problem with 5G is its main flaw, which is that its frequency is so high that if
Yes.
if you stood in front of it or had a leaf in front of your phone, the signal would just bounce off and not send because it's so high.
Yeah, they'll need. I heard about that. You need repeaters every 100 meters or so. You need like a tower or some
one
sort of
4G tower can work in at a radius of I think 400 meters either way, where 5G is like it can work in about just under 100 meters each way.
I think that sounds about right to me. Yeah.
So you're going to have billions of, well, not billions, but lots of towers everywhere.
Yeah.
Next minute you'll know you have one next to your house. You're like, who'll put that there?
Every house is probably going to have one.
Well, that's the thing.
Oh, you've already got one, have you? Right next to your house?
No, I don't know.
Oh, whoa! I was
Do
going
you
to
know
say.
what they'll do? They'll put them on the roof of your house. They'll build them on the roof of your house. I think that's what they'll have to do, because there's no way that you could put one in the middle of the street, or they won't put one on your land. Like, they won't take up some of your yard space to put a tower in. They'll have to put it on your roof.
And take your roof space.
No, just have like a wee antenna on your roof.
Yeah.
Just moving on, I've noticed, something that has taken, shall we say, the gaming world by storm is Apex Legends. I haven't actually played it yet.
Apex Legends? No, neither have I. I've never ever been a fan of Battle Royale games.
But it's rivaled Fortnite.
Well, it's beaten Fortnite.
Pretty much.
Yeah, Fortnite's dead. But that's the thing with like all these free-to-play games, is like, they just get a big trend for like 6 months, and then like another one comes along, and then, because like Call of Duty had one, like everyone's forgotten about that now, and that's the thing. It's just they have their 6 months of light and getting millions of dollars or whatever like that, and then another one comes along and goes, oh, that's the next big thing. It's just like they don't last. Like,
it's the next big thing, but what's quite funny is the best game of all time, and still, is Minecraft, because Minecraft
that's still in the top 10, isn't it?
Well, Minecraft, some people consider it still the best game ever made, because it has 93 million users per month.
I think it's still in the top 10, isn't it, on Steam, of concurrent people online.
Because Fortnite, as I found out a while ago, it hasn't released globally.
Oh, really? Okay, I thought it was everywhere.
When it does, we might find out what happens.
I thought Fortnite was everywhere.
Never really been a massive fan of it. What about you guys?
Nope.
Oh,
never played it.
I played 2 matches and thought, this is dumb.
I literally spawned in with a team. It's like, oh sweet, we're going around, we're collecting stuff to beat, and then they all turned against me with guns, and I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah,
you massacred me.
It's a free for all.
That's the thing.
Yeah, I didn't know that. They didn't tell me. They just.
That's what people. That's what how Counter Strike has their own free-to-play battle royale game. I think that ruined that, because obviously Counter Strike's a very professional. You get paid if you win competitions style of game, and then they go and release a free-to-play bloody battle royale game. It's like, what the hell's, what's that? Why?
Well, I think they're trying to keep up with Fortnite, but then Counter Strike is a very old game.
Oh, but it's still it's huge. It's still, in terms of global tournaments and stuff, it's up there with Dota 2 and League of Legends and stuff like that. It's certainly in the top 3. If you're a esports athlete, if they want to call yourself, then
Talking about League of Legends, I have no idea how League of Legends is going to be so big, but it's just, let's buy the best mouse I can buy that has the highest click rate and won't wear out.
There's a lot of strategy. Certainly, I used to go to a club that played it, and they were very enthusiastic about the game, and they obviously talked a lot of strategy, and it's a very big. It's actually a strategy game, if you get down to it. But yeah, it's esports is something I never really understood either. It's one of those things where you just, if you're good at it by chance, and you get picked up by somebody who is looking for people who are good at it, then you've got a chance of actually doing well. But like, it's so, I don't know. Like, there's over in Asia and stuff, they've actually got dedicated schools and colleges for people who want to train as, quote, esports athletes, unquote. You know,
God.
And it's true. People get
Bringing out qualifications for gaming.
Yes,
Yay!
They do. Like,
Totally.
it's legit. Like, and if you're good enough, like they practice like 10 or 12 hours a day. Like, that's all they do is they play this game. Like, they have breaks for like whatever, and then they go to sleep, and then they wake up, and that's what they do. And it's just like, if you're in a team.
So everybody, just let us know down below what game you would like to be trained in. I'd love to know.
Yeah, that'd
that'd
be
be a good
interesting.
idea.
Yes,
Love to see
if you were to
that.
comment about what game you would, if you're in a league or you're in a college and if you're like, what game would I like to get paid to play? Yes, definitely let us know. That'd be interesting for the audience.
So what would you guys get paid to play?
Me, I'll admit I'm a massive fan of it. I like the game. I might be a bit old school, but I like Minecraft.
Yeah.
You like what? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Minecraft.
Minecraft or maybe Counter-Strike.
Minecraft, yeah, that's because like you can do anything in Minecraft. Like they've got servers that do pretty much anything.
I remember.
It's endless. The possibility is endless.
Yeah, and I
Pretty
remember
much.
I used to play it like hard out. I remember.
What games do you
Really?
normally play now?
I wouldn't have time. I used to play Grand Theft Auto like hella lots, but nah, boring now.
Oh, the old GTA 5. Oh, let's
Yeah,
just grab it. Get out of my way. I'm stealing your car.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's why I'm like,
It's a-
nah.
I'm
Now
gonna
you're more
massacre
into your
you.
racing games, aren't you now?
I've got the Crew 2, I've got Project Cars, etc., etc. A lot of
You sound like you're a racing person.
yeah, but I can't race because I've got no wheel.
Yeah, you've got your controller though.
Yeah, but that's garbage. We're trying to drive realistically with a controller's garbage.
I don't know if you ever watched it, but I know this might not be about tech. This is slight off topic, but did you ever watch the Top Gear series where Jeremy Clarkson?
Oh, huge fan, massive fan,
yeah.
love it.
He played a race game for a couple of hours,
Oh, you played
and then
Forza,
to
didn't
teach himself how to drive around the track properly in a real car.
Do you know, actually talking about, going back to the whole technology thing, there's a league, I don't know if you've heard of the game Gran Turismo, you probably have if you're anything to do with PlayStation back in the day or even now. They have a league that, if you can be good enough, and if you win this competition in Gran Turismo, you win a seat to drive for their team in like a racing car championship, like a real racing car championship. Which I think is pretty cool. Like, if you're good enough at a video game, then they can give you the chance to actually drive a real race car,
Oh,
which is
God.
pretty awesome.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah,
pretty
no,
fun,
that's
though.
legit.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, like it's a real deal. It's the Gran Turismo Academy is what it's called. Like, if you, it's like,
Okay.
it's crazy stuff. Like, obviously you do like some practice in like cars, like on the track before you actually drive the race car. But like, if you're good enough at the video game, they give you that chance,
Holy moly.
which I think is pretty cool.
Here you go. Here's your pass.
Yeah,
Round you go.
pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you crash it, you gotta pay for it.
Oh,
That'd be funny. That'd
Oh, don't you worry. We gave you the pass. We'll cover the costs.
Yeah, that's pretty
Pretty
much what
much.
I'd do. I'd
Yeah.
probably do that.
because Sony's a pretty big company. You know, that's who obviously runs Gran Turismo. So like they would definitely.
I thought it'd be Apple, mate. Apple got enough. Apple got
No,
pocket change to buy countries. You know, they got so much.
Yeah, them Macs can't play games for shit.
Macs, no.
Yeah.
Those memes where you play games on a Mac is you've got a mouse sitting on the top of a MacBook. But anyway, yeah, we won't get into memes in the
Yeah, no, not a meme
conversation
show.
today. No, not today. So other tech in 2018 that's been impressive to us before we move on to the next half.
When did the 20 series of graphics cards come out? I don't remember.
That was last year. Yes, the Turing RTX.
The
graphics
RTX,
cards
yeah,
came
that's what I was
out.
gonna say. The RTX cards.
quote unquote, it just works.
Yeah.
It just works. So yeah, if you want to. But what do you guys think? Have you heard of ray tracing, Matt?
Not particularly, no.
No. Well, basically, if you are not familiar, it's basically a new way of displaying light
And shadows and stuff.
And shadows, yeah. It's instead of having one light source lighting the whole scene, it will actually produce things called rays or sun rays that will compute their shadows and stuff based on how the sun would hit something. And it's obviously been around a while, this quote unquote ray tracing, but they're now advertising the fact that you can actually do this in real time. So it would be like, rather than generating a scene where this light would be bouncing off particular objects or whatever, it would actually be computed in real time. It would be real time, yeah. I mean, obviously movies have done this for a long time, but obviously it's taken a lot of computational power, a lot of time, and a lot of energy to do it. But now they can combine all these servers and all this huge graphics power into one graphics card. And the games, well, they came out in November of last year, according to this article, and there's been 2 games three games. 3 games? How many games is it, Dima? Is it 2 or 3? I can't remember.
I know one's Battlefield 5.
One's Battlefield 5. Metro Exodus is the next
other
one that's coming out very soon, which looks really good, by the way.
No, I don't remember.
And I think there's a whole lot of games that they said they're going to be supporting, but haven't really updated their driver stack to, well, not upgraded, the games haven't got caught onto it yet. But and the big thing that they talked about at their launch is that it just works.
It just works.
You know,
it just works. I love it.
Yeah,
just play our game. Don't you worry. It will guarantee you 100% it will work.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
I don't
your
know
fault.
I don't know how many times he said it in his speech, but it was about 50. That it's been 10 years in development and it just works. Or like, this is as easy as it gets.
I've read a lot of problems with them.
Oh, it's been really problematic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The performance has been absolutely diabolical, and it's been really glitchy. And obviously, it took 6 months for a game to come out that actually supported it, and didn't even really support it properly. And it's just, but the thing is though, to get good performance with it. Say you want to play a game in 4K resolution with an RTX 2060 or 2070, which is like their mid-range offerings. Yeah. You actually have to fake the 4K resolution. Like, you can't play it with ray tracing on and playing at 4K because the performance is so bad. So it has to upscale the image to 4K and then bring it back down to 1080p to be able to make it actually playable. Run properly, because but we're getting so close. Like, this is a first generation product, of course. Like, once we get to the next product, the next revision of it, it should be a lot better, hopefully, in terms of performance and in terms of actually games that will support it. The thing is too is AMD has said they're going to be supporting it, hopefully, with the next generation of consoles, in some fashion. They haven't given much details to it because it's sort of like they only want to support it. Sorry?
Under wraps.
Sounds like it's under wraps.
Sorry, what was that?
So it's under wraps.
Under wraps. Yeah, it is under wraps for AMD at the moment, because they only really want to support it unless they actually have a use. Like, there's actually products out there that will support it, like games or like applications and things like that. And there's nothing out there really, so they don't really want to support it until it becomes like a properly used thing, and that could be a couple of years away yet. So we're not sure when the products come out that will actually be able to be used from them. But because obviously ray tracing has been around a while, you can even get, it's just a matter of performance and like developing the hardware specifically for that, and that takes time, of course. As Nvidia said, 10 years this has been in development for, so fingers crossed.
Well, one thing specifically you guys would like to see come out in this year?
2019, what I'm looking forward to? Oh, you know me, Dima. You know what I'm looking forward to, don't you?
Yeah.
Biscuits?
Biscuits. Yeah. No, I'm not looking to... Biscuits are good, but no, this is better than biscuits.
Oh. I actually do not remember.
Oh, Zen 3, mate. Zen,
that's right,
Zen 3.
yeah.
Oh, friggin'
Yeah.
16 cores, 32 threads at 5 gigahertz. What's not to love?
Nice.
What's not to love about that? And it's coming out in June by the looks of it.
Yeah.
So
Have you placed an order?
Yeah, here you go.
not yet, but I know it's going to cost about $1,000 for one of those chips, so I don't think I've got quite that in my bank.
Yeah, same chipset?
Yeah, we'll support X370, X470, but there's still a bit of debate about, because obviously the Zen 3, well Zen 2 it's called, it's the Ryzen 3000 series, will support PCI Express Gen 4.0 by default. So there's a bit of debate about whether the previous gen chipsets will support that as well, because it's going to require a bit of trickery in the BIOS to be able to do that, and they're not sure whether the programmers will actually want to enable that support or not. But other than that, the pins, the socket will be physically compatible with that CPU, so it'll be really exciting.
Pretty much what's the same, yeah.
So that will be in the next, hopefully definitely before the end of the year. And obviously AMD Navi, their graphics cards will come out about that time as well. So they're the more mid-range offerings on the new 7nm node. So really good power efficiency, hopefully really good performance as well. But what about you guys?
I'd like
what are you
is
looking
for
forward to
Apple.
coming out this
What
year?
I'd like to look forward to is to not see Apple constantly release a friggin' new phone every 6 months.
Well, they released the iPhone XS and XR, didn't they, earlier this year? Was it this year? Yeah, it was this year.
Yeah, it started this year.
They start at $1,800 New Zealand.
And they get up to about $3,000.
Anybody who's got $1,800, let me know below. I'd love to know.
Yeah, actually, I'd like to know if you bought one, because they're actually not that much of an upgrade over the iPhone 10, and that's what they're pretty much based on the iPhone 10.
I thought the iPhone 10 was like the iPhone X or some bull.
Yeah, iPhone X. Yeah, it's the iPhone X. Yeah, but like they're actually not that much better, and you're basically getting the same phone for like twice the money.
Except you get a bigger screen, or something like that.
Oh, I think you might get a bigger screen, obviously better camera, slightly better specs and all that carry on, but like, why would you spend... But like, the thing is with the Apple people is once you're in the ecosystem, it's very hard to get out of it. Like, obviously if you've got the iPhone, you've got the Mac, you've got the iPad, you've got the Apple TV, and you're just in it, that's just... And like, that's the thing, it was once you've upgraded your iPhone, it's like, well, once you've got, and it's just... I don't understand that mindset of like people upgrading their phone every 6 months. Like, it just, there's no need for it. A lot of people don't use half the power your phone has.
Yeah, I think the top model costs like $3,000 or something at the top.
No, I think it's like 2,600 or something like that.
Yeah, it was some ridiculous bloody price.
And now, like, obviously the foldable phones are coming out as well.
Yeah.
Like the Galaxy Fold, and the Huawei's got their one, and the phone Xiaomi's got their... Yeah, Xiaomi's got...
Sorry.
Which actually has 2 folds in it. I'll see if I can find a photo. Yeah, see if I can find a photo of that
there's
one.
There's an Oppo one that's got a foldable phone too as well.
Oh, Oppo, yes, that's the one, yeah. Yeah, which is crazy, like...
I notice a lot of the phones now all seem to be about the camera.
For once.
About the
once
camera?
in their life, yeah.
Well, a lot of people use it. Like, a lot of people don't carry around digital cameras anymore.
What's sad is the...
Let me know below, actually. Let me know below. Does anyone carry around a digital camera anymore? Like, is that still a thing?
Oh, some people do.
I carry it now and then. I certainly don't carry a film camera around with me.
No.
That's a thing of the past.
No. No, what's sad is I remember the ads for the S9 were all about the freaking camera. And
Yeah,
how
a lot
good
of
the
peop-
camera was. It's like, not everyone buys a camera,
I mean,
but
mobile
just
phone cameras
not
are
everyone
doing
buys a
pretty
camera,
good.
buys a phone
Like,
for the
they're
camera.
not terrible anymore. They used to be crap.
Because I can use all the other gadgets it's got on it.
Get away with
Yay!
using it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
that's right.
literally.
Huawei got sued for their camera. Do you remember that? That was last year because I think it was the Huawei P10 or the P20. In their advertisement, they claimed that was their phone that took the photos in the ad, but it was actually an SLR.
That wouldn't surprise me.
I don't know if they got sued. I don't know if the suing actually happened or not. But like, it was pretty funny. Like that was like, yeah, trying to fake shit. Yeah, it's just like,
Yeah, false
wow.
advertising. A lot of places
Completely.
are good for that.
Completely false advertising. Yes.
Yeah, you keep cutting out for me.
Who I do or who
Yeah,
does?
you.
Oh really?
Yeah, you keep just like going robot and then just disappearing.
Oh, that's no good. It should be all right though. Oh, here's the photo of this Xiaomi phone. I'll get this up on the screen. For
He's
the
going
podcast.
undercover.
Yeah, sounds like it, eh? Because it just disappears and I miss half a sentence. Cause
I'll just turn the microphone off, then on. Off, then on.
Okay, here's the phone. So basically, it folds. It's got two folds. So you've got the main part of the display that's like curved on both sides, and then it's got two foldable partitions on the back, and then it folds out to like a tablet-sized device.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Oh,
Neither
what's
do
it?
I.
Oh, well, it's up on the screen for the podcast. I'll send you
Yeah.
guys a link.
Yeah, so I can have a look at it as well. So I don't think I've seen it.
No, it's pretty crazy actually. Like the thing is that what
Holy
they're worried
moly.
about. What they're worried about is the software, like how they're
What the
actually.
fuck? No offense. WFT?
What they're worried about is how they're actually going to make the software compatible with having a phone of that size, as well as like when it folds out, how it's going to work.
Yeah, how's it gonna?
So,
How's it gonna?
but
power
it's
all
pretty
that,
cool.
That screen there.
I think it's pretty legit, if you ask me. But
Essentially looks like a battery.
it looks like a battery.
Part of it.
It's a battery with a screen on
And
it.
then the other part, I might as well just buy a hexagonal phone, you know. I have 6 screens. Beat that.
Yeah, is it a bit of a measuring contest? Is that what it's about?
Who can build the biggest phone?
Well, who's got the most cameras on your phone now too? Who's got the biggest screen?
I can watch 6 YouTube channels at the same time. How cool is that?
All the views.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
I know.
the next trend gonna be?
Sorry?
What's the next trend gonna be?
On phones? I don't
On
know.
phones? Like, is it
That's-
camera? Folding? Oh god.
I do not know. I
It's
really
probably
don't
gonna
know.
be the foldable phone. I can
Well, it
guarantee
looks like it probably will look like it will be AI.
AI phones. That'd
Like-
be fun.
Or AI. Yeah, well, they've actually advertised AI, quote, AI in phones for a while. They actually use it for cameras nowadays. Like, and for like actually helps sharpen the image or helps like boost the light in the image or something like that. They actually use AI in the CPU and the GPU to actually accelerate how it processes the image. So that's technically how they quote using AI in their. I know it's still rubbish. Like, it's a marketing gimmick, of course, but like, yeah, AI is not unfamiliar from phones, I guess. Yeah, which is crazy.
That is quite interesting.
Okay, talk about what's you. I've said what I'm looking forward to a 2019. What are you guys looking forward to a 2019 for tech wise?
Me?
Sorry, what was that?
He didn't say anything yet. He just said,
Dima, what are you looking forward to a 2019? Tech wise,
Tech
could be a
wise,
game, could be an item, could be anything.
Be Zen 3.
Could be Zen 2. Yeah.
Zen 2, Zen 3, whatever it's supposed to be.
Zen 2. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the high-end chips.
I think a lot of people are hyped for that. It's just, like, the problem is, though, is a lot of the people who own Threadripper are going to feel a bit pissed off about now, though.
Yeah, well, that's the original Threadripper, wasn't it? Like 16 cores and 32
The original, yeah.
The original one.
Now they've got 32 cores and 64 threads.
Bloody Mora.
But, like, they still seem to be selling a lot of 16-core Threadrippers. So will people not be buying those and just buying mainstream Zen? Is that what's going to happen?
It depends on what their task load is.
Yeah, exactly. If they're, like, building an actual workstation. Yeah, it would still be.
It'd still be more practical to run a Threadripper than a...
Because you get the more... Obviously, you get the PCI Express lanes, you get the quad-channel RAM support, and you get, like, all those M.2 drives, 3 or 4 M.2 drives in the system and that sort of thing, which is quite helpful for workstations. But you don't get that with the mainstream Zen. So, I guess, in terms of your building a workstation, that's what you want.
Yeah.
Sorry?
So, Matt, what are you looking forward to?
Me personally, I haven't really had much to look what tech is coming. Or going to be coming in 2019.
Not a lot. I haven't noticed a lot.
Yeah, not too much.
I can't hear you, Matt. What was that?
Oh, I said I haven't had much look on what tech is coming out in 2019.
Okay, yeah. No, that's fair enough.
I don't know what they're supposed to say. There's this Hyperloop progress train, which I just found. It's quite funny. They're saying it should reach speeds of 300 mile an hour.
The Tesla stuff?
That's the Tesla, yeah. The Tesla.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Tesla, however you want to say it.
Their system, yeah.
What's going
that's going to be...
Let's see.
Okay, I'll just click on that link, see what's about in 2019.
Some robots as well. How about that? More robots.
More AI. Elon Musk. Fantastic.
More AI. So what's...
Take me.
CES 2019. That's obviously just happened. That was late. That was early January.
Apparently
I can't wait to see though what happens to 5G. I really want to see what happens to that.
See, finally it's happening. Yeah.
Is it going to break down?
There's already been a lot of demos and stuff of how fast 5G is, and it's over gigabit speeds, which is crazy. That's faster than my fibre connection at home. From your Hyperloop, the Tesla Hyperloop. That would be. I wonder if that's actually going to get built though. Is it going to actually
happen though? We don't know.
Right, how? What do you reckon?
I'd love to see that. That's what I'm saying. I'd love to see that.
Like, because
who wouldn't want to go at 300 mile an hour? Hell yeah.
The cost, the amount of money, you just.
Well, you know what Tesla's like. Tesla. I don't think it's supposed to be spelled out that. I don't think.
Yeah, but does anyone invest in them? Do people actually give them? Because I think he's the type of person that Elon Musk is the type of person who just works things out and goes, oh yeah, if you want to build it, then we'll just give you give you the plans or whatever, and you can work out the infrastructure. You know what I mean? I don't think he's got. He's probably a billionaire. I'm not going to say he's got no money, but I don't think he's the type of person that would just, actually just. Because he started it, he's obviously got demonstrations of how this works, but it's only a few hundred meters, I think.
Yeah. Who would own a Tesla?
Oh well, if they're under $100,000, sure.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if they're a reasonable price, which I've seen, there's going to be a base model Tesla Model 3.
That's true. Yes, for $35,000 US.
35 grand.
Yeah.
So.
Do you know how they're managing to do that though?
I have no idea.
They're closing all the shops. You can't go into a Tesla dealer anymore.
That's alright.
So how are you supposed to look at the car?
Online. You get them ordered and they get them shipped.
I'm going to look at a picture. I don't even know if it works. And I'm going to buy it. Sure.
Yeah.
I doubt that's going to happen.
Yeah, well, for me,
that's true.
I'm not going to spend 35 grand over the internet and not be able to see it in person.
No, but that's how people do it though. Like,
Yeah, I
that's how you get-
understand. What I'm like I said, I'm not that sort of person that's just going to be able to go, oh, I'm going to buy that 35 grand car online without seeing it.
There's certain things you buy and you go see first. It's a bit like a house.
That's pretty much like if you just bought a house, like a $500,000 house, without even going in and looking at it.
But that's the future though, isn't it?
Oh crap! There's nothing here.
But that's the future though.
Oh
That's
crap! It's
what's
just a
gonna happen.
patio. Oh fuck.
Oh yeah, of course there's like there's warranty and insurance and all that kind of thing. You wouldn't just go and buy it.
Yeah,
But
I
like,
understand.
yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's not
It's just-
exactly like who's gonna go and not see it in person, but I would want to take it for a wee spin as well before I buy it, to see if
But
I
that's
could
not
actually
the-
like it.
That's not the majority of people though, is it?
It might have a broken wheel.
But that's what, you just take it back. You ship it back, or they'll come and or like
You wouldn't get out of the yard. It's got a broken wheel.
Yeah, but they'll tow it away.
Yeah.
I'm sure they wouldn't just give you a broken car. You know, like you'd have to put some sort of system and trust in
It
place.
has to be a very good. It has to be a very good shipping service.
I'm sure they would. I'm sure they would look after you because I don't think, you know, they're the. I
2
don't
hour shipping service. I demand it.
think- They would. They would. I guarantee that they would service your car if there was something wrong with it because they're the only people that know how to fix
A
their
Tesla
cars.
model, yeah. Yeah, I
Like-
would own a Tesla Model 3.
Yeah, like that's.
But still, I don't have 35 grand. I could just throw it at the
Well, that's US, so it'd be more like probably
50.
100, maybe
No,
70
US is
or
not
80.
double. US is not double. I
Oh
don't
yeah, but
think.
that's not shipping, and that's not like
Yeah, but we'll just
getting
check.
it registered.
So we go US dollars to NZ.
Has anybody noticed like some stupid like
So if you go
Netflix has got stupid laws like over here? Like because I've been to the UK,
yeah, I
there's-
sent it.
you can view nearly anything you like. But over here, you go and look for the same thing. It's like, well, why can't I see it?
That's because it's based.
Some stupid license agreements. So you got to get over that.
Oh yeah, like
See, it's
yeah,
totally,
like
see,
of course I don't want to
35 grand
distribute.
US is 51,000
Yeah.
New Zealand.
So you could probably get one shipped here for like under 80
You get
grand.
under 80 grand.
Probably.
That's not too bad
That's not bad.
for a Tesla.
No. That's not too bad. Because like you'd have to pay over $100,000 for them before.
Yeah,
I'd
if
say.
you're going to buy a Tesla, you'd have 100 grand.
Oh, you would, yeah. You'd want a few extras and things. Of
Yeah.
course, yeah. Yeah. What else?
You all good there?
Yeah. Is that going to about round us out, you think?
I think pretty much. Don't think there's much else we
Yeah.
can talk about.
Well, no, I don't think there's anything else we can discuss. That
I
was a bit of
I
a-
just quickly mentioned on Netflix, but
Yeah.
if you guys want to carry on talking about your Teslas, that's all cool with me.
Yeah, I was going to say something about Netflix. Yeah, like all the shows like in America or something. You see all them.
Like you can view them in most other countries, and it's like
You
come
can-
China or over here, you know they've got stupid license agreements. They need to get over them this year.
Yeah, half. Yeah, you get half of what they actually advertise on Netflix. Oh, we've got X amount on here. I haven't found that much yet.
I know. No, like that's the thing. It's like yeah, I know they don't want to distribute their content. That's the thing. It's like they have to. They've got like it's the big publishing companies that have the problems. It's not. You know, it's not.
It's
the
like
governments.
I understand that.
Take a classic one for example. It's like finally, not too long ago, Harry Potter has just come to Netflix.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's-
And how old
it's-
is Harry
it's-
Potter?
It's a distribution companies. Like it's actually like Sony or Time Warner Pictures or like who are the other ones? I
Disney.
don't know. Or like Fox or
Fox,
Disney.
yeah.
It's like they pay billions of dollars to get their content distributed in a particular way, and that's why people don't challenge them. Is because they've got so much money that they don't. That's just like they're bigger than a lot of companies out there. It's like people can't actually. And if you want to pay to get your stuff, they want a lot of money from you. If you want to use their content or like to distribute their content in a different way than it was supposed to to begin with. And that's the thing. It's like, I know it pisses me off, and like they're trying, like having a free and open internet, but like I suppose if they didn't have the money, then like they wouldn't have the money if they didn't have those particular rules or that particular way of operating. So I guess you've got to look at it from both sides. Yes, they've got billions of dollars, but they've got billions of dollars because they've done what they've done, and that's like just how they've worked.
Yeah, but the point is...
And another annoying thing that annoys me with Netflix is like, oh, you might be able to see the program you want to watch, but it's like, if you read the fine print, limited time only.
Yeah, or it's like, you want to watch this, oh, you got to pay X amount to watch this movie. Seriously? I already pay money for it.
I know. Yep, I know. It's like, just...
Because I went to watch this movie, I don't know, I can't remember, it was probably about a week
Come on, Netflix, you're doing well, you're doing better than Sky, so come on.
Oh, yes, you are doing better than Sky,
It was about a week ago, I went to click on this movie and it says, oh, I got to pay another $7. I'm like, oh, stuff that.
Yep, you do. Yep,
that's
I know.
Bloody bull.
Tell me about it.
Bloody bull, to be honest.
Anyway, I think we'll round that out there. Thank you very much for watching. If you got your wee outro, any of you guys want to give a shout out or anything like that?
At the moment I've got no outro because I haven't started YouTube yet.
Just advertise yourself, say who you are and where we can find you.
Well, my name's FireTheLiar. My link will be in the description below. I do gaming tutorials and funny videos, and when my next video comes up you can watch me, just get punished like sheer hell, and there's plenty more of them to come, so you'll be laughing for ages.
And don't forget to catch us on Discord, where we've done this chat here tonight, and my Facebook group, which is Hardware Talk New Zealand. I'll put a link for them in the description below. And don't forget to follow these guys on there, and don't forget to follow my latest content on YouTube when it comes out as well, which will be in the coming days. Thank you very much.
And if you like this video, guys, please feel free to smash that like button.
Exactly right. Yes, you stole my line there. Don't forget to rate, comment, favourite, subscribe, and I will catch you all in the next video. See you for now. Bye bye.